Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm Brad Berger, along with my co-host Dan Whedon. And our guest today is Ryan Denny with Trash Transporter. We just had an intriguing and fun conversation with Ryan. To listen to the entire podcast, visit us on the World Wide Web at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle, or subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We're always interested in your feedback, so please do not forget to rate us. So Ryan, I really would love to know, and I'm sure our audience is dying to know as well, how did you get into the trash business?
Great question. I was at a friend's apartment complex where he lived, and we were taking out the garbage, just as you do. It was over 300 yards away to get to the compactor area. It was pouring down rain in the Northwest, and we're like, man, I wonder if we could pay someone to do this, or wonder if we could offer this type of service. What I did is I kind of had a eureka, entrepreneurial seizure at that moment. I said, hey, I'm going to grab a pen and I'm going to go to every door in an apartment complex and I'm going to take out their garbage. And I just knocked at doors. I approved it with the property manager. Did that for a couple years and it wasn't gaining traction. And the apartment person would say, hey, can you remove this mattress from the dumpster area? And I was like, no, that's not what we do. I'm not going to do that. And I went back to grinding. Eventually I pivoted, had some self-awareness, and just dove right into the junk. Not literally, I guess literally, actually. And I went to every apartment complex in Kitsap County and said, hey, let me do this service for you. And then went from there, took off.
You were really the dumpster diver. You dove right into it.
I'm all in.
But for profit.
Now listen, everybody's going to have to listen to the whole podcast because it's fascinating. I learned something. Not only did I learn something new, but I'm going to be hiring Ryan sometime in the next month or so. I guarantee this, because I didn't realize that your business isn't about picking up the trash once a week. It is much more complex than that. It really is about large pieces, junk removal. Talk a little bit about how your business is different than what I think most people understand as garbage.
Gotcha. Great question. Yeah, it's everything. We say it, everything under the sun besides hazardous materials, construction debris, yard debris, furniture, appliances, everything. Sometimes in a situation, there might even be some household stuff if it's like a move out type of scenario. It's just not a regular garbage collection. That's the biggest difference. We're actually a site restoration company, and we've done, everything under the sun.
So if I'm doing spring cleaning or that once a year, I got to clear stuff out. I don't have to call to get a dumpster from somebody other. I can call Trash Transporter.
Exactly. We're actually super competitive with dumpster companies because we show up once, we do the loading and lifting, we're done under an hour versus a dumpster company that has to come, mileage, come back, pick up, drop off, etc. Some people don't realize that it's the first thing sometimes they'll say is like, wow, I didn't realize it was on par with that similar cost, and we don't have to do anything.
So there's a few lessons that I think that we can all take away from the current pandemic that we're in, and the quarantine and the stay home, stay healthy order. And this kind of came up several times when we were doing the interview, and that's the importance of local and dealing with local relationships. Can you expand a little bit on that, Ryan, about the importance of dealing with a local entity?
Absolutely. Local. So small business is the backbone of our economy, the U.S. economy, and the closer you get into where you live, the more it affects the livelihood of where you're at. The government does not generate, sales or revenue. They generate tax dollars, and those are gotten mostly from small business. The more you support locally, the more those dollars stay with where you're at, the more they go towards infrastructure like fire department, education, highways. And I think a lot of people, especially with the environment that's going on right now, are realizing even more so how tightly small business and the community are related to each other, and they affect each other.
Yeah.
So you're a local guy, Kitsap County. For all of those residents in Kitsap County, especially, who say, I got to get that guy here this year to help get some trash and junk out, how do they find you?
You can go our website, trashtransporterllc.com. You can call in 360-979-JUNK-5865. Find us on, we just launched our social media this year, which is Instagram and Facebook, just Trash Transporter, Big Green Trucks. You can see back here, find us on there.
Well, awesome. So once again, this is just a taste of what you can expect by listening to the entire podcast. Visit shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle or subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We'd love to hear from you, so please do not forget to rate us.
Well, Brad, we know we're going to be doing this Zoom podcast again, probably for a while, but at least for sure in 2 weeks, May 20th, Kevin Briscoe is the CEO of CFO Selections. He is going to be our guest in the virtual shrimp tank because for right now, for today, the hay is in the barn.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.